Every day in life is an opportunity to learn, and it's always about whether you put yourself out there and ready to learn. And if you're ready to learn, you always find teachable moments, and learning from those moments are always awesome. That's the way it is for me. And recently I had, opportunity to learn from a friend and a sister, Yemi Adamoleku. We were in a panel session together, and the two issues came up. One was the issue of dying for nothing. When people will say, "Oh, you're in Nigeria, you fight for Nigeria, and then if you die for nothing." And then the other issue was issue of price. That everyone has a price. And this was what I learned from Yemi Adamoleku. First of all, she said, when we say people die for nothing, what makes us think that they died for nothing? And I was like, that's it. And the whole conversation came from the NSAS conversation we were having, and people being killed, and then some people feel that, oh, they died for nothing. You cannot decide for someone whether they died for something or they died for nothing. Everyone has a reason why they come out to fight. And if you feel that you cannot do it, others can do it, and they will do it. They will put their lives on the line. It never means that they died for nothing. They knew they died for something. For example, I personally would rather die standing, die fighting, die speaking, than die cowering under the bed, or die in silence in my house, or being taken and killed by anyone. I would rather be there confronting. Even if I'm killed while I'm speaking out, it's much better for me than to be killed just like that, a hapless victim. And so when you say that people have died for nothing, you are not the one to make that call. And when you say to people, oh, wait, if you go on and then they kill you, you would have died for nothing, you are not the one to make that call for anyone. People are supposed to be the ones to make the call for themselves, and people have a choice and they make it. And it's not for any one of us to be able to decide and say that, oh, someone died for nothing. We stay at home, we do nothing. We're ready to continue the way life is. We're ready to keep struggling. We're always out there doing nothing and expecting something to happen. It would never happen until every one of us come out and do the needful. Whatever the needful it is for you, do it and be okay with it. And for when you see people who are out there, who are speaking out, who are standing, who are ready to be out there, please stop telling them that they will die for nothing. Because it's not for you to decide what anybody dies for. Personally, I look at each and I feel it's not how long you live, it's how well you live. What will you be remembered for, and for how long will you be remembered? Martin Luther King died over 50 years ago, but guess what? People still talk about him. There are his contemporaries who are still alive today, but yet nobody even knows they are alive. So, death is for everyone to choose what they want. And there are people who would rather die standing than die hiding. And it's not for us to decide whether they died for nothing or they died for something. Thank you, Yemi Adamoleku, for making me see issues that way. Then the next thing, of course, same Yemi, my friend, my sister. She made me say it. Somebody asked a question. We were in a panel session. She was moderating the panel, and somebody asked this question of, oh, everyone has a prize. And I was like, no, that's wrong for you to say everyone has a prize. You can't come and say everyone has a prize, and then sometimes people use that to make themselves feel good and all of that. And when Yemi came, and when she spoke about it, she said, yeah, it depends on what the prize is. Everyone has. And the way the pricing is. And the moment she said it, something lit up in my head. And I was like, wait a minute. Indeed, everyone has a price. But the price might not be monetary. And that's where I always looked at it, or one favor or the other. For example, there are people whose prizes are good governance, accountability, and transparency. I'm one of them. I want you to shut my mouth up with good governance, accountability, and transparency. I want you to shut my mouth up with development, with good quality education, with good healthcare system, with enabling environment for businesses to thrive, with Nigeria being the greatest. That's my prize. And it's so simple. Why is it that people find it difficult? That's my prize. And so, yes, I just learned that. When she said, the way she explained it, it made so much sense to me. I'm like, yes, indeed, every one of us has a price. And my price is good governance, accountability, transparency. A country where the lives of the people would matter. A country where citizens are treated with respect. A country where the rule of law is sacrosanct, where the separation of power is sacrosanct. A country where we have a constitution that is truly the constitution of the people and it's being applied diligently. A country where cost of governance is reduced to the minimum. A country where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. Indeed, everyone has a price, and that's my price. What's your own price?